No, I don't need the calculator. I need the mic. Boom. Okay. Oh, let me slate. Hey, folks, welcome to the IMAX Show. It is I, your host of the IMAX Show, Max. So, the Oscar nominations dropped this morning, but I've been working all day and I'm about to go out, so we're going to kind of rush through this real quick if you don't mind. And I'm doing it through the webcam because we're rearranging the room since my wife's pregnant. Yay! And it's sad to say that the baby's first movie was Anaconda 2025 in the stomach, but still, that fact will haunt me for the rest of my life. All right, so I'm going to pull up my, predictions for the nominations as well to see how I did. And I'm just going to dive right in, and I'm going to start from the least important category. Well, I'm just going through the wiki page, starting from the bottom. And it's in a different order than all the other wiki pages. Cool. All right, but it's the top of my document. So, best visual effects. There's Avatar, Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, The Lost Bus, and Sinners. Wow. I definitely don't think The Lost Bus and Sinners should be there. I had Avatar, F1, Tron, Superman, and Wicked. I only had Wicked on there because Wicked was nominated last year for Part 1, and I shouldn't have put Superman. I don't think a DC movie's ever been nominated for Best Visual Effects. But I'm kind of glad Jurassic World did because as much as I didn't like it, the CGI is pretty good, you know. All right, and then Best Sound, the noms are... F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Sarat. Okay. I think I did pretty good on this one. Maybe not. So I got, in this order of likely to win, F1, Sinners, Sarat, Wicked for Good, only because it was nominated last time, and Avatar, Fire and Ash, because it was nominated. The other two were nominated. So that's kind of crazy that one didn't come. I really don't know why One Battle After Another is getting sound. Sinners, I understand, because I have it too. And Frankenstein, I get. And I haven't seen Sarat, but I heard it's very, music heavy, and it's at a music festival while he's looking for his son or something. I can't wait to see it. I just haven't gotten around to it. All right, anyway, let's not make this too long. Best Original Song. I'm going to skip this for right now because I've never paid attention to this category because it's the most pointless category in any awards history. So I am skipping it. All right, Best Original Score. Oh, wow. We have Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. So for my order of likeliness to win, to not win, is Sinners, One Battle After Another, Frankenstein, Hamnet, and Wicked for Good. Again, because it got nominated last time. Anything Wicked was nominated last year, I nominated it for this year. But I understand that it was apparently not as good as the first one. All right, but yeah, Begonia is a surprise there. I'm pretty good on that one, 4 for 5. All right, now we're going to Best Production Design, not Production Sound. Okay, the nominees are Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. Likeliness to win, in my opinion, is Frankenstein, Wicked for Good, Sinners, Marty Supreme, Avatar, Fire and Ash. Avatar only because the other two got nominated. I'm glad it's not because it's all CGI. So what production design is there if it's all done on computers? I don't believe that should be a thing. I'm so glad Marty Supreme is nominated. I put it on mine, but I just thought it looked really of its time and lived in and stuff. So that's really great. And moving on. Best Makeup and Hair Styling. The nominees are Frankenstein, Kokuo, sorry if I'm messing that up, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, and The Ugly Stepsister. What really makeup is going on in Smashing Machine? I haven't seen it yet, but based on the trailers, there's got to be better things, right? Okay, and my nominees are Frankenstein, Wicked for Good, Sinners, I have The Smashing Machine. Why didn't I put Smashing Machine in? And Kokuo. All right. Well, I don't know how that happened. And then we got film editing. Usually this is the second category on the wiki pages. All right. Can you guys... I'm sure you can hear me. All right. Best film editing. The nominees are F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. I didn't have Sentimental Value because I haven't seen it, and usually a movie that what it looks like at least don't usually get nominated for this, so I'm more interested in it now than I was before to see really what's going on there. All right, but my from nominees from likely to win to least likely is One Battle After Another, Marty Supreme, F1, Sinners, and Hamnet. It's concerning that Hamnet is not on there, because usually big Best Picture contenders tend to be nominated for editing. So this kind of heats things up a little bit here. All right, Best Costume Design nominees are Avatar, Fire and Ash. What? Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sinners. I knew I should have put Marty Supreme. My nominees in order of most likely to win. The least likely is Frankenstein, Wicked for Good, Hamnet, Sinners, and The Testament of Anne Lee. Testament of Anne Lee I thought was going to be a bigger contender, but then when the shortlist came out, it got like nothing. And so I put it in the stuff that wasn't shortlisted just to see what would happen, and of course it's not going to work out. That's crazy to me. They're all wearing black suits with a bunch of dots on them for the CGI artists to make costumes out of. That's ridiculous. That's so stupid. And it doesn't get production design, but it gets costume design. That's even worse. Oh my gosh. All right, Best Cinematography. The nominees are Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, Train Dreams. Oh, I'm so glad Train Dreams got nominated. All right, in my order of most to least likely to win, Sinners, One Battle After Another, Train Dreams, Hamnet, and Marty Supreme. I'm glad Hamnet didn't really get this, because I didn't think it looked all that unique or really drove the story or character elements. It didn't highlight those to really make for a more powerful film to me. And that's kind of disappointing, because the guy who shot that film has made some good stuff. All right, anyway. Best Casting. This is the first year for Best Casting. Nobody really knows how it's going to work, I don't think, until after this ceremony. And I think it's a stupid award. Like, they've been begging for the Best Stunts award, and they said, yeah, it's coming, we'll do it. And then they just announced Best Casting. It's like a middle finger, an FU to everybody wanting the stunts. And it's a much more unique and interesting category than Best Casting. Like, nobody ever thinks about, unless you're in the industry, you work in the industry, nobody thinks about casting. The nominees are, I'm looking forward over here, is Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, and Sinners. For Best Casting, I have Sinners, One Battle After Another, Wicked for Good, Marty Supreme, and Frankenstein. I didn't see The Secret Agent, so I couldn't vote for it, really. I'm skipping the shorts. I don't have predictions for those until it's time to do those. So let's skip those. Best Fake Movie Feature, Best Documentary, as they call it. All right, The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in Good Light, Cutting Through Rocks, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor. My nominees are not in order at all. They're just alphabetically or chronological or whatever. I put numbers first. So 2,000 Meters to Andreevka, The Alabama Solution, Cover Up, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been keeping track of how well I'm doing. You guys do the math. You guys keep track. I got so much going on in my head. Like a baby. Sorry. I've been wanting a baby I've been wanting kids my whole life. All right, so it's very exciting. Where is the best forward flick on my thing? I can't find it. There it is. All right, Best International Feature Film. The nominees are The Secret Agent, It Was Just an Accident, Sentimental Value, Sarat, in the voice of Hind Rajab. Sorry, probably mispronouncing it. I have Sentimental Value, It Was Just an Accident. Oh, yeah, they snubbed No Other Choice. I bet people are outraged by that. The Secret Agent, and by Sarat. I have seen none of these films. So where I live, they don't really come near me. There is one art house theater nearby, but the setup is terrible. Like, if you don't get this one specific row and you see a foreign movie, you won't be able to read the subtitles. Everybody's heads blocks the screen, so it's all level. And there's two levels, the floor, and then there's like this level. And then if you get that front row, that's the only way you're going to see subtitles. So we kind of gave up on that unless we forgot what row it is. So we got to go again just to find out, maybe for something not foreign, so we can figure that out. But we go for sometimes for not foreign stuff. All right, best animated feature. The nominees are Arco, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amali or the Character of Rain. Never heard of that. Zootopia 2. In order of likeliness to win, I have K-pop Demon Hunters, Zootopia 2, In Your Dreams, Arco, Elio. I'm only missing one there. All right, best adapted screenplay. I'm surprised Begonia is getting any attention. Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams. I'm glad Train Dreams got. By the way, Train Dreams is like the best film of the year in my opinion, so I'm happy this is getting any attention whatsoever because I thought it was going to be overlooked. I just kind of threw Hail Marys in these categories, hoping. All right, but my ranking is One Battle After Another, Hamnet, Frankenstein, Train Dreams, and Wake Up Dead Man because the previous two Knives Out movies got nominated for screenplay, so I thought this one would too, but it did not, and I'm glad because they suck. Rian Johnson's the worst mystery writer of all time, probably. Okay, and Best Original Screenplay nominees, Blue Moon, let's go. I'm so happy for that. I'm a big not Robert, I just see the name Robert here. Richard Linklater fan. He's my number one favorite filmmaker, and I thought the script was just excellent. I have quarrels with it, of course, but I did not expect it to be, so I'm very happy about that. It was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. I have Sinners, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, It Was Just an Accident, and Sorry Baby. I thought that was going to get that, but it didn't. Supporting actresses, this is going to drive me nuts. The nominees are Elle Fanning and Sentimental Value. Iga Isdottir Sentimental Value. I've never heard that name before, and I am not Norwegian. I'm so sorry, Inga. I'm sorry that I did mispronounce your name. Amy Madigan for Weapons. I wouldn't have seen that coming before all the hype and the buzz about her. So that's kind of crazy that she got nominated. I don't think it's one of the best of the year, but I love to see that kind of character and that kind of movie get nominated. More, please. And then Wunmi Musaku. I thought she was pretty good, but she doesn't get a whole lot of screen time. And then Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another. Like, she's in the first 20 minutes of a almost 3-hour movie. This is so stupid. And she's not even good. But I have her ranked number one because people don't shut up about her and that film. I have Teyana Taylor in One Battle After Another in first, and then Amy Madigan in Weapons, Ariana Grande in Wicked for Good. There was so much buzz about her winning last year, and she didn't. So I thought she would just be a shoo-in here. Guess not. And then Wunmi Musaku in Sinners, and Odessa Azion, and Marty Supreme. So I missed a lot there. I think I only got 2. Yeah. All right, Best Supporting Actor. The nominees are Benicio del Toro, again, barely in the movie, Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo in Sinners. I took him out. Sean Penn in One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård in Sentimental Value. I like Delroy Lindo a lot in everything he's in. He's frequently the best performer in there, despite how little screen time he has. And he doesn't really have a whole lot of screen time in this either, but he's so good that I'm not going to complain about it. It's not like it's 20 minutes of a 3-hour movie almost. All right, and my nominees are Stellan Skarsgård in Sentimental Value. My nominee predictions, sorry. Stellan Skarsgård in Sentimental Value, Benicio del Toro in One Battle After Another, Sean Penn in One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein, Paul Mescal in Hamnet. So Delroy Lindo took Paul's spot. I think Paul Mescal should have been lead, but they announced that he was going supporting, and look how that turned out. All right, and Best Leading Actress. The nominees are Jessie Buckley in Hamnet, Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson in Song Sung Blue, Renee Rensby in Sentimental Value. I'm sorry that I did mispronounce your name. Emma Stone in Begonia. Okay. All right, and then my nomination predictions from most to least likely to win is Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Jessie Buckley in Hamnet as Oscar bait performance, Amanda Seyfried in The Testament of Anne Lee, Emma Stone in Begonia, and Cynthia Erivo in Wicked for Good. Again, she was nominated last year, so Kate Hudson kicked her out. I find that hard to believe. I haven't seen the movie, but I mean, how many stinkers has she been in? And I know that's not always quantifiable. I know that has not always something to do with your performance, but you know. All right. And Best Leading Actor nominees are Timothée Chalamet and Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio in One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan in Sinners, Wagner Moura in The Secret Agent. And I have Timothée Chalamet and Marty Supreme, Michael B. Jordan in Sinners, Leonardo DiCaprio in One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon, and Joel Edgerton in Train Dreams. Yeah, I haven't seen The Secret Agent, but yeah, 4 out of 5 there. Okay, we're almost done. Best Director. The nominees are Chloe Zhao in Hamnet. That second half of that movie is extraordinary. Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. Yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson's my number one nomination prediction, of course, but I mean, he makes a good movie, but yeah, we'll save that for another time. Ryan Coogler for Sinners, Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, and Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value. 5 for 5, folks. Is that my only one? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. You pay attention. All right. I got stuff to do and things on my mind. All right. Best Picture. Oh my gosh. Bugonia. F1. Frankenstein. Hamnet. Marty Supreme. One Battle After Another. The Secret Agent. Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. All right, I'll start from the bottom and go to the top. That's obvious. I'll just start from the top. One Battle After Another, Hamnet, Sinners, Sentimental Value, Marty Supreme. These are in the order I think are likely to win. Frankenstein, Train Dreams, Wicked for Good, F1, and Avatar, Fire and Ash. And again, I'd put Avatar and Wicked because the previous movies got nominated. But they say Avatar was the worst one, and they're probably right. Maybe not, because the first one is like legit just Pocahontas and the Trail of Tears. So it's a little better than that. Anyway, sorry I rushed through this. I didn't know how much you wanted to hear, but I will have more thoughts when I react to the Oscar ceremonies, and maybe when I will do a predictions video just before the actual Oscars, and then after that I will do my own personal Oscars, which looks a lot different every year than the actual Oscars because they don't know what they're talking about, and the way they do things is just not in the best interest of cinema, which I'm trying to do objectively as I can when I do mine. It's not, there's always an element of subjectivity in it, but I'm trying not to be subjective when I do my best films of the year. My favorites, that's a different list. Those are a different list. I don't have a video for that. Anyway, like and subscribe. Click the share button. Don't do that. Nobody's gonna watch this. Nobody's even watching right now. But if you are, comment, say, hey, I'm watching, or hey, I watched. I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that. I'm just saying all the things they want you to say at the end of YouTube videos to get clicks and stuff. Who am I kidding? I don't want to be here anymore. Why are there so many movies?